Hello, beautiful manifestors, and welcome to part 6 of the missing pieces of the manifesting puzzle. I've been missing for a few weeks. I've missed you guys. Okay, I have been catching up with other stuff that I needed to do. We're all caught up now. So I'll be back with fresh content now every week going forward. Okay. All right. So we left it off a few weeks ago with part 5 of the missing pieces of the manifesting puzzle. Why can I get this and not that? And then since then, I posted Lionsgate video. Now, I know that is for the 8th of August, but we can manifest at any time at all of the year, of the day, of the hour, of the minute. There are some times during the year that the energy is particularly conducive for manifesting, which is Lionsgate. Okay. But please don't think, oh, I've missed the boat now, I can't manifest, because that's absolutely not true. Okay. So this part 6 is going to talk about inspired action. It's one of the questions that a few of you posted. I always read your comments, okay, and I do take note. What's the difference between action and inspired action? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So get yourself a cup of tea or coffee. I've got water here today. Get yourself comfy. Let's have a little chat about manifesting. All right. In terms of inspired action, is a really important piece of the jigsaw. Okay. So let's just go back a minute and talk about the Lionsgate. I know a lot of you have watched that video, but not all of you have. All right. Over 10,000 of you are subscribed and it's had 2,000 views. So lots of you haven't seen it. Now, in that video, it was just over an hour. Yes, it was live, and yes, I was talking to the particular people there, but it will apply to you. All right. I did an hour of teaching on how to manifest, and included in that was inspired action. All right. What is inspired action? So I went through several steps there, and many of you commented, I did not know that bit. I've been manifesting all wrong. That's why it's not been working. And let me talk to you a little bit before we get into this too much about the missing pieces from my original book. Okay, so hold on. All right, okay. In this book, which lots of you have got, the 3 R's to create your best life: remember, reset, receive. Okay, you cannot manifest without being in your power. That's the first step. Remember your power, your personal power, your spiritual power, your energy, all parts of you to be in that flow of remembering your power. When you manifest from a place of disempowerment, you'll manifest what you don't want. You'll still manifest, but you'll manifest what you don't want. We want you to manifest what you do want, okay? The reset part is once you're in your power, then you can reset your thinking, your beliefs, your energy, your vibration. You can align with everything that you want. And then the receive is the third R for you to step into that receiving. Now, since that book's been out, which is 18 months now, thousands of you have bought it, and it's helping many of you to manifest. But I am aware that the majority of you, not all of you, but the majority of you more than anything want to manifest money, to give yourself the freedom, the ease, the flow. So I've written a sequel. And in that sequel, and it'll be going live in September, I will be launching the book launch. It'll be going live in September. It'll be on Audible and Amazon. Okay. So in that, I've really gone into specific detail on how to manifest money. And in that, I give you absolutely clear definitions of inspired action and what the difference is. But we're going to talk about it a little bit today. Okay. So action. Action is taking action on your goal. So first of all, the action is to identify your power or your lack of power or your loss of power, and you're going to get into that and you're going to fix that. You're going to really start taking your power. All right. Now, how do we take our power? We start looking at where we lose our power. Like when we say yes, when we really wanted to say no, when we are afraid to have a voice and an opinion and, oh, it's not worth the hassle, we disempower ourselves in all of those areas. That's action. By taking the action on, I'm going to firm up my boundaries, I'm going to sort my commitments, I'm going to speak up for myself, self-love, self-protection, self-nurturing. All of this is empowerment, all right? Now, it's also all action, all right? You're listening to what does my gut say and you're taking the action on it. When you write down your goals, when you think about your goals, you identify your goals. You know, I want more money, I want a better job, I want better relationships, I want better health. Whatever your goal is, that's action. You right, what's my goal? I'm taking action on it. I meditate on it. That's action. I'm talking to my spiritual team about it. That's action. I'm talking perhaps to my partner or family about it. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to do about it. This is the action I'm taking. All of this is action. Now, prayer is action. Meditation is action. Gratitude, affirmations, any affirmations are action. Okay, so all of that is the action. Now, we can't manifest without taking some action, all right? Well, we can't manifest what we want without taking some action. So what's the difference with that and inspired action? So all of it comes from inside you. You're the creator of your reality. So what's the difference with the inspired action? So let's just think about action can be, you know, I get an idea. I want to manifest this goal. I want a better job. So I'm going to update my resume, my CV. I'm going to talk to recruiters. I'm going to take action. All right. Now within that action, imagine there's a subset of another action underneath it, which is inspired action. Right, so just think about the word for a moment. Inspire. In, coming from inside, inwards, all right? So it all comes from inside, but you get an idea to say, yeah, I'm going to update my resume. That's the action. And that came from you, it came from your thoughts, it came from your being. I need to sort out a new job and I'm going to update my resume and I'm going to speak to somebody about it. Great, okay. The inspired action is then when you get that little nudge. You get that little nudge inside you to say, oh, I could look for that. I could jump on that website right now and see. So let's say, for example, I want a job. I'm using the example of a job, but this isn't just about money and career. It's anything, okay? Let's talk about love, all right? Let's say that you've set a goal. You want to meet your life partner, your soulmate, your divine counterpart. You're taking action by, let's say you join a dating site. That's the action. You fill in the form, you do the bit. Okay, so where's the inspired action? Let's say you're sitting watching TV or reading a book perfectly quietly, minding your own business, and out of the blue you get this little nudge. I wonder, should I just go and check that site? See if anybody has replied to my advert, or if it's a job. Shall I just check that job site to see if anything new has come in? That little nudge is quiet. It is not a screaming loud voice in your head. It's a little quiet nudge that says, go and check that. There might be something there. Now, inspired action is coming from within. It's coming from your intuition, from your gut, from your higher self, from your spiritual team, from your soul energy. It's coming from inside, this little nudge that says, go and do something. Now, inspired action is quiet. It comes from inside you. And it is immediate. Do it now. All right, it's a little nudge that says, ooh, do it now. So what's happened is the universe has rearranged itself to kind of help you with your goal. And it's saying there might be a job there right now that's just been posted. So we're just going to give you this little nudge to say your order that you placed with the universe for that thing is available for you to go collect. Go and do it now. So you go on, you stop watching telly, you put the book down, you go onto the website, and there is somebody there or something there now, and you take that action now. That's what inspired action is. So let me give you an example. In September 2018, I was moving back from Spain, back to the UK. And at that time, I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't have a home to go to. I'd arranged to stay with friends and put my furniture in storage. Around that time, I had a little nudge inside me that said, check your bank balance, check your orders. I was in the middle of doing something else, but I stopped what I was doing and I went and checked, and I was pleasantly surprised to see a whole load of orders for bookings had come in, and it meant that I now had enough money to be able to put a deposit and the rent for a rental. Okay, so I needed about £1,500, about £750 deposit and £750 rent. That's about $2,000, and there it wasn't there the week before, and now it was. So it meant that I could potentially get somewhere to live. But I was coming back in 4 days. And most rentals in the UK are through agents like realtors. And you have to fill in forms and you have to go through loads of checks, and it takes about 2 weeks. So for me to get something in 3 days was going to be a bit of a miracle. So I put it out to the universe. Thank you for bringing me the money. Thank you. That's amazing. Now we're going to find a house in 3 days. Not the end of the world if we don't, but it does mean all my furniture going into storage, then coming back out of storage. All of that is extra cost and it's eating into that budget. So what would be brilliant is if I could move straight in somewhere. So I need something now. So I put that out. That's the goal. Thank you very much. Okay. About 10 o'clock at night that night, I was on my way to bed and I got a little nudge from inside saying, go and check Gumtree. All right, Gumtree is a little bit like Craigslist. It's a little bit like Facebook Marketplace. Private sellers put stuff on there, and it was, I'd say, about 10 o'clock at night. But I had this little nudge, go and check Gumtree. So I did. And there was a house that had just been posted 10 minutes before with a private landlord saying this is available now, and it was $650. It was in budget and it's available now. I immediately sent them an email, immediately, even though it was 10 o'clock at night in Spain. That was 9 o'clock at night in the UK. They might still be active. I sent an email saying I'm coming home on 3 days. I've got nowhere to go. I've got brilliant references. I've got the money. I can transfer it now. Here's my passport. Here's my stuff. And she replied. She replied within about 15 minutes and said, oh, okay, right, well, that all looks good. Thank you for sending me all of that. I'll call you in the morning and we'll have a chat. And she did. She called me the next morning on my phone. We had a chat and she agreed the house was for me. And I transferred, did a bank transfer, and literally from within 24 hours of having the money, I had a home to move into 3 days later when I was coming off the ferry, which was in itself a miracle. Okay, so that's the example. Let me pull that apart for you a little bit more now. Okay, so the action that I took was me advertising very, very strongly that I am open for a huge amount of bookings because I need the money to get home. That meant that if I had to work 15-hour days, I would do it. Just book in and I will see you, and that was action. Okay. Then people booked and I was responding to those bookings. They pay up front, so the money was coming into my account. All of that was the action. The other action was I'm saying to the universe, I'd really rather not put my stuff into storage and stay with my friends. I'd really like to move into my own place. Thank you for helping me. This is the goal. I'm having my own place. That's the action. Focused on the goal, visualizing the goal, trusting the goal. All of that is the action. Okay. The inspired action was the little nudge saying, check your bank balance. All right, when I was in the middle of doing something else, I suddenly get check your bank balance, and I check and there is enough there for me to get a house. Okay. And so I then strengthen up my visualization. A house is coming, and it's coming in 3 days. It's going to come within the time. I will not need to move into my friend's home. And that's the action. Okay. And then fast forward a few hours, the inspired action was the little nudge at 10 o'clock at night, go and check Gumtree. That's the inspired action coming from inside, the little quiet nudge. Now, if I had waited, if I had not heard it, if I had not paid attention, if I had not taken the action from the inspired action, I would have lost that property. It would have been gone, right? So the quiet inside voice, that's the inspired action, is immediate. It is a little nudge from your, I believe, coming from your higher self, your soul, and your spiritual team. But you know, the law of attraction isn't just spiritual; it's for everybody, whether you're open, spiritually conscious or not. It is about that, what other people would call a hunch. I just had a hunch. I just had a feeling. I just had an idea. Doesn't matter what you call it. It's coming from inside, and it's quiet, and it is immediate. Right? So as soon as I heard that little nudge, I went straight onto my computer. It was off, I was relaxing, but I turned my computer on and I went and checked, and there was that house, and it had just been posted. If I'd have said to myself, oh, I'll give him a call tomorrow, that wasn't the inspired action. The inspired action, the inspired bit was this gut feeling, do it now. Don't delay, don't procrastinate, don't put it off, do it now. So I sent the email immediately. And then I was going to go to bed, and my gut said, just stay up for a little minute, just see if they reply. So I did, and they did reply, and I was able to come back to them straight away saying, thank you, I'll look forward to your call, I'm available all morning, whatever time suits you, here's my number, blah, blah, blah. Another bit of inspired action. So inspired action is quiet. It comes from inside you. It is immediate. Okay. Now, when I say it's quiet, all right, it isn't like some screaming voice in your head saying, go and check that site. It is a feeling, a quiet feeling. So we need to be able to hear it. Okay. A lot of my inspired action comes late at night. All right, and it will do for you as well. And the reason for that is not that spirit is busier at night than they are in the morning. It's that you're quieter and you can hear better. All right, because we can get inspired action any time of the day, any time of the night. But generally, for me, the amount of times I've got into bed, literally curled up, and then got out of bed because I've had an inspired action message. Okay. And it's like, oh, I was just going to go to sleep. But they could have told me, or that instinct could have come an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours before. But I was busy. I was watching telly, or I was on the phone, or I was reading a book, or I was doing something else. I wasn't listening. But when you go to bed, you're quiet. You are listening. All right, there is quiet, there is silence, your mind is quiet, and then that inspired action can drop in. Now, we can preempt that by meditating. All right, you can meditate any time of the day. You can meditate for 2 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, however long you want. It's basically, what is meditation is a quiet space. You're allowing yourself a quiet space to allow your mind to quiet, your body to quiet, life to quiet, and you can reconnect in with yourself. And if there are inspired actions wanting to come through, that's when they can come through. So I always give myself several times a day, a few minutes here and there to just sit quietly and just see if anything pops in my head. And if it doesn't, I get on with my day. But if it does, then I take action on it. Okay. I've just bought a new bed, and it's arriving later today. And I got into bed the other night, and I ordered it 4 days ago. I got into bed and I was just going to sleep, and a little voice in my head said, the headboard's not going to fit up the stairs. And I was like, oh God. Okay. Right. I got out of bed, I got the tape measure, I measured it, and I'm like, yep, that's not going to fit up the stairs. So the next morning, first thing, I went in the car, I went to the shop and said, I need to change the order for a headboard that has foldable legs and not solid, because it's not going to go up the stairs. And was able to change it in time. Inspired action. Okay. Inspired action comes from inside. It's a quiet voice. Listen to it, pay attention to it, take immediate action. Okay, if I'd have waited till the next day on that rental, it would have been gone. Yeah, I could have waited till the next day to check the stairs on the headboard, but I wouldn't have slept worrying, and not so much worrying, wondering. Either will it fit, won't it fit? Get up, get the tape measure, now you know. No, it's not going to fit. Okay, I'll deal with it in the morning. Inspired action. Let it come when it comes. Pay attention, listen to it, listen to that inner guidance, follow it, don't procrastinate, and go for it. And you will find that your manifestations come along much easier and much better. All right? Okay, that's what I have for you for this week. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing day. Sending you all much love. Bye-bye.